What's up, guys? My name is Zach Black. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Weekly Wellness Wednesday. We're in episode 25, guys. Oh my goodness. It's funny because I'm recording this about 2 weeks in advance. I don't even know what's been up, man. Like this past week, I just have video ideas just flowing like endlessly. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's like every time I even think about YouTube, I get another video idea. Anyway, today it's all about perspective. And the reason we're talking about perspective, we mentioned it last week, or actually probably 2 weeks ago, when we were talking about the ego in episode 23, I believe. At least I think that's which episode it was in. I'm sure you guys remember if you watch Weekly Wellness on a regular. But the reason we're bringing up perspective now is because I feel like it's such a pivotal thing to really understand, and to be able to kind of have a grip on, as far as like being able to see different perspectives. So what do I mean by perspective exactly? If you ever seen like an optical illusion or something, or somebody who paints art in a way. I was just looking at something the other day. It was this art where this guy paints it on like a slope, and whoops, sorry about that. He paints it on a slope, right? So it's like at an incline like this, and he paints it in a way so that if you're standing here and you're looking at it, it looks like it's just a normal object right there. But if you walk over on top of it, then it's actually this really stretched out, ridiculous looking piece of art. It looks like a stretched out version of the image that he was painting. But if you stand back over here, it looks like a normal thing. Like it looks like a 3D like box or something, for example. But when you walk over to it, it stretches way out because of the way he painted it. And that's just the different perspective. From back there, from that farther away perspective, it looks like a box, and you get close, now it looks all distorted. And in that video that I just referenced, we were talking about how the ego has such a right here perspective compared to when you have more of a different perspective. When you kind of get out of your ego, you can see a wider perspective of everything. And I just wanted to make an entire video about perspective because this is very important. And not only in this case, but when it comes to understanding why things happen, like good and bad is basically what I'm referring to here, or as people like to call it, is good and bad. In reality, there's really no good and bad. It's all about perspective, because there's a reason behind everything. And it's really just a matter of looking at it from the same perspective as them. Because some people do really bad things, at least to most people's eyes, they consider it to be bad. But in their mind, they thought it was okay. They were doing it because they had some noble purpose in some cases. Now, I'm not saying that makes everything that is seemingly bad a completely okay thing. I'm just saying that it really just depends on your perspective on why people do things. And the way that they do them at all. Now, shifting your perspective is good for helping yourself to understand situations. If something seemingly negative happens, for example, in your life, I'm trying to think of a good example of something terrible happening. Well, we'll just use yesterday's example for when I was having my little breakdown. So I mentioned this before, but I had a breakdown the day before I'm recording this, of some sort. I just had a bunch of negative stuff going through my mind, and it was really like a spiritual, emotional detox. And it was a terrible experience. It was great afterward. Just during it, it was so painful, and afterward it was just so liberating and just amazing. But in the middle of it, it seems terrible, obviously. And that's the case with pretty much any detox. But it's like when you go into a detox, you're doing it with the intention because you know that all these bad things are going to make you, or all these seemingly negative experiences, all that pain, and suffering you go through during a detox, you know you're going to feel better after it's over. And that's kind of the case in life a lot of times. If you look at negative things that are happening to you, it's really just a way of shaping you. From my perspective, the way I view negative things happening to me, it's really just a way of shaping me into the kind of person that I'm trying to be, and who I really am on the inside. You know what I mean? And the person that I need to be to fulfill what I feel is my purpose. It's all just a part of that experience. So to me, it really, there is no good and bad. It's either a learning experience or it's something that brings me joy. And we mentioned that before as well. So understanding other people's perspectives, though, can definitely help when you're dealing with negative stuff. And, like I said, guys, I'm not trying to say that everything people do is completely okay. Just because you have an understanding of why they did it doesn't mean that you have to feel like it's an okay thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you have to think that what they did was good or anything. But just being able to understand different perspectives really helps you to understand why people do the things they do. And, you can do what you want with it from there. It's nice to understand what's going on, I guess. And I don't know. I mean, personally, it comes very easy to me to understand different perspectives on why people do things. I don't know. It's just kind of a natural knack for me. But I think it's something that's kind of important for everybody to kind of have at least some grasp on to some degree. I don't know, having an understanding of why people do things, it really makes a huge difference somehow. Even if it's something terrible. And I've seen plenty of people do plenty of terrible things. So, yeah. It's nice to understand why it's happening to some degree. Anyway, guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to stress how amazing seeing things from different perspectives is and how liberating it can be when you feel like you're stuck in a situation that just sucks, and you feel like you're just in a hole. I feel like I think I can speak on behalf of a bit of my family. Like, we've all been kind of in a bit of a hole for a while. And it's been terrible, I mean, it feels like it's been really terrible. But at the same time, we've all grown, it's not terrible. It's felt terrible, but it's inevitably not terrible. It's had a lot of learning experiences. It's caused me to grow a lot very quickly in a lot of different ways, and I'm happy about that. It's just part of my journey. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, and it makes me even more excited for what's to come, because I know that the universe works in waves, and this is such a down wave that the only other possible thing is for it to come back up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the universe is just always doing its wavy thing, man. It's just the way it is. You could probably look at any aspect of your life, and there's all these things. There's like little mini waves. There's bigger waves that take longer. Then there's huge waves that take even longer. And then there's like your whole lifespan of a wave. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, guys. Anyway, that's about it, guys. That's all about perspective this week. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please leave a like. It helps spread the awareness of videos like this. And if you want to see more videos from me, like weekly wellness and random stuff throughout the week, then you can click the subscribe button, and then you'll get notifications every week. As well as when I do random videos, because we do random stuff throughout the week too. Anyway, guys, more importantly, have a fantastic rest of your day, and much love to you.